Hey guys, HackerSploit here, back again with another video, and welcome back to the OverTheWire Bandit series. In this video, we'll be continuing where we left off from, which was Bandit level 24, moving on to level 25. All right, so without wasting any more time, let's get started. So let's take a look at the goal here. So a daemon is listening on port 30,002, and I believe this is on localhost, and will give you the password for Bandit 25 if given the password for Bandit 24, which we already have, and a secret numeric 4-digit pin code. There is no way to retrieve the pin code except by going through all of the 10,000 combinations, or called brute forcing. So 4 digits and 10,000 combinations. So that's what we have to do. So there's no other way of getting this this 4-digit pin code. What we can do is, because we understand the range of what we're dealing with here, we can actually create a shell script or a bash script and use a for loop to actually go through all the various combinations. The reason being is because there are two important variables here. One of them is the password for Bandit 24, which we got from the previous level, and that's why we have access here. And the second one is going to be the 4-digit pin code. So what we can do is, let me just clear this right now, and we can actually, can I create a file here? So I'll just say touch test. All right, so we can't do anything within the home directory. Let me create a directory within the temp folder, which is where they recommend working with scripts and stuff like that. So what should we call this? Let's just call it, can we call it YouTube? All right, so that exists. So cd, we'll enter tmp and YouTube. All right, so let's create our shell script, and the logic seems to be fairly simple, but I guess we'll have to try it out. Now, before we actually try it out, I think what's very important is for us to understand how this works, because we can't just do it blindly. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say we'll use netcat, because that will allow us to actually read the banner or whatever information to essentially establish a connection. So we'll say netcat localhost 30,002. We hit enter. So it tells us, so this is the banner we get. I'm the pin code checker for the user Bandit 25. Please enter the password for the user Bandit 24 and the secret pin code for us on a single line separated by a space. So if I just get the password here, let me just terminate this. If I get the password for this current level, which cat etc bandit pass bandit 24, let's copy that. So we need to specify this and the pin code, which is 4 digits, on a single line separated by a space. So first of all, we specify the password and then the pin code. So let's try that one more time. So we'll say, we'll paste in the password, and let's enter a random pin code, which is as 4 digits, which is 1 2 3 4, and hit enter. So it tells us wrong, please enter another pin code. So yeah, this is where we can start brute forcing. So let's specify the same password and nothing at all, no pin code, meaning, so that tells us fail, you did not supply enough data. All right, so that's very good. We have some diagnostics here that can hopefully help us in fine-tuning the script. So what I'll do is I'll create the script. We'll say vim, and I'll call it brute.sh. And let me start off by specifying the shebang here. So bin bash, and we can get started. All right, so the first variable that we're dealing with, and well, actually, it's not really a variable because we're not really expecting it to change, but we can just set it up as a variable. So I'll say bandit 24. We specify the password there. We can also pass it through directly, and we'll use netcat. So for those of you who are not familiar with bash scripting or shell scripting, you can check out my series on that. I have quite a complete series on that. So we can use a for loop, and that's because we can say, we can specify the variable within it, and the variable we're talking about now is the 4-digit pin code. So we'll just call that variable pin. So for variable pin in, and then we specify the range. All right, now for the range, because it's 4 digits and it's not because we're dealing with 4 digits here, that means it has to start from 0000 and all the way to the last 4-digit combination, which in this case is going to be 9,999. So 1 2 3 4 2, that's how we specify the range, 9,999, and we break there, and then we say do the following. So what we can do is we can display this data, we can cat it out and pass, we can pipe it through to netcat directly. So let's do that right now. So we'll say echo, we specify the first variable that we're supposed to specify, which is bandit24. In this case, this contains the actual password for the user, bandit24, and then the variable pin. So this will actually go through this those combinations. We can then pipe the output to netcat localhost, and we specify 30,002, and that should be done. So let's test the script out, and chmod, and we'll say brute.sh, hit enter, and let's execute this right now. So brute.sh, so I'm the pin code, it goes through that, so it tells us wrong, please enter the correct pin code. So you know it's working and it's passing those pieces of data. Okay, for some reason it's frozen here. I don't, it's only passed it once, I believe. All right, so it says timeout exiting. That's all right. So essentially what's okay, I know what the problem is here, guys. The problem is it's only doing it once, right? So we have to pass through the we need to pass through the variables to netcat after the loop is complete. So yeah, that's very simple to do. All we need to do, root.sh, what we need to do is we simply need to move this. We can actually just pipe it directly. We can pipe this directly after. We can pipe it to netcat directly after. So we say netcat localhost, and we then say the port 30,002, and we exit from here, and let's see if that works now. So brute.sh, hit enter, and it tells, yeah, so it's now it's working, because you can see it going through all the attempts here. And yeah, we get the password. So it tells us correct, the password for the user bandit25 is the following, and we get the password. All right, so that was fairly simple. All you're doing is we know the variables we're dealing with, how to specify them. So yeah, this was a fairly straightforward challenge. So we'll copy this. Now many of you will be saying you should have used Python, and so, because you do actually have more functionality with the socket libraries, but I'll probably make another video covering how to create the same script or a similar script with Python. So do stay tuned for that. Also let me know if you guys want that. So now that I got the sorry about that, now that I got the password for bandit25, let's actually go into that. So bandit25, and there we are. All right, so let's check out what the next level is all about. Okay, so it tells us bandit level 25 to 26, logging into bandit 26 from 25 should be fairly easy. The shell for the user bandit 26 is not bash, but something else. Find out what it is, how it works, and how to break out of it. The commands specified here are ssh, cat, more, vi, ls, id, pwd. All right, so we have some very interesting commands here. So let me just list what we, all right, so we have a private SSH key. So could it be that simple? Let's actually try it out. So SSH I, we'll say bandit SSH, yeah, that's the, let's say bandit here, bandit 26 at localhost. We hit enter, hit yes, and it gives us the greeting message, and then finally it tells us connection to localhost is closed. Okay, so I think that's what they mean when they say that the shell has been changed. The first thing I want to do is let's actually see what shell bandit 26 is using. So cat etc password grep bandit 26. All right, so it tells us it's using user bin show text. All right, so that's not a shell that I'm aware of. Cat etc shells. Let's see what shells we have here. So we have the standard ones. We have the Bourne shell, dash, bash, rbash. We also have screen, which is fine. But that's not the one that's set. We also have tmux, and then we have user bin show text. So interesting. Let's see what this entails here. All right, so it looks like it's a script. I thought it was a binary, and it's a shell script. The first thing it does is exports the variable, the environment variable term, which is currently, let's see what this is set to. So it's set to X term. So that's the entire, the full spectrum by default. So that it's changed to Linux now. And then the more command, which is used here, that's why they actually mentioned it. So more home text.txt, and then it exits. All right, so it looks like it's getting this text.txt from the home directory. So home bandit 26, and of course it's getting it home from the home directory of the of bandit 26. Is it here? Text.txt. Yes. All right, so let's hit enter. Permission denied. All right, so I think we need to find out what's within this, and then after it actually goes through it, it then exits. So once the command is executed fully, then it exits with the status code of 0. Interesting. What can we actually run this shell, and let's see what it does. Show text. All right, so it tells us more. All right, so it tells us more stat of home bandit failed, no such file. And that's because we don't have we don't actually have a file called text.txt. What if we created one? Let's see. Well, we actually can't create it. Let's see if we have permission text.txt within the home directory, because that's the only directory to look at. So if we execute this shell as another user that doesn't have text.txt within the home directory, then we really don't get anything. But all the script looks like it's doing is displaying a file using more. So what is more? I'm sure many of you guys know what more is. More essentially allows you to read various pages of text in your terminal in a very comfortable, efficient way. So again, you can go through the description here. It's a file pursual filter for CRT viewing. So more is a filter of paging through text one screenful at a time. One screenful at a time. So the command runs as long as text is being displayed. So that's the key thing to understand here, and I think that's what we need to do. But what if we can actually, I think we can actually we can specify a different shell here. So man ssh and grep terminal. Let's actually see what options are available, because I covered this in the previous video. So we can use the uppercase T to disable sudo terminal allocation. We can use force the lowercase t to force sudo terminal allocation. So we can change the shell that way. So I'm going to say ssh I bandit 26. Before that, let's specify that the lowercase t, so that we know that this is going to force the sudo terminal allocation that we specify. So bandit 26 at localhost, and then we specified. So let's try the Bourne shell, because we have them installed. Actually, let's try bash. Why not bash? So yes, I want to hit accept, and it tells us connection to localhost closed. So that doesn't seem to be working. Let's see if we can we can disable the sudo. Sorry about that. My SSH connection is really slow at the moment for some weird reason. So let's see if we can disable sudo terminal allocation. And let's hit enter, hit yes, and looks like it gives us something. Can we run commands? I'm not really sure what this is. So if we disable sudo terminal, yeah, it's not going to give us anything. Let's actually It's not doing anything. We're not even in any other type of editor. So we say bin bash yes, doesn't give us anything. All right, so it looks like we're going to have to use this show text script somehow. Let me actually just go through it one more time. So it's in user bin show text, I believe. Let's see if we can actually find it here. Text, there we are. So show text, and this is the script. So it's using the more command. So let's take a look at more a bit more. So can we execute commands with more? Can we execute commands with more? Can we even, let's try and grep execute. Executable is named page. Can we open up anything else? Grep, let's see, command, execute command in a subshell. All right, so we specify the precede them with a dash, and then interactive commands are based on with Vim. All right, so with Vim, I didn't actually know you can do that. So do we have a file we can test here? So if I say more bandit 26.ssh key, okay, yeah, so we can actually just say more because it's displaying everything of a bigger file than this. Okay, so I'm not really sure what file we can use, so I can actually test this out, but I do know that we have to specify the colon. So if we specify the colon, I don't think that will actually pass anything. I'm not really sure, because it's just going to go through more anyway. So we actually need access to the terminal so that, well, let's try it. I don't think we'll be able to do anything. Yeah, so as I predicted. So let's see if I can actually reduce this this terminal size so that I can actually demonstrate this. So let's see, more bandit 26.ssh key. All right, so that's what I was talking about. So if it's a large amount of content, you can use the more. You can use more to go through it in a more effective, efficient way, so that you can essentially go through it rather than displaying everything on the screen. So we need to specify the v or the vim command, and then this is how we specify how we execute commands. So through vim. Now I'm not really sure how to do that, so I believe let's actually try this. Man vi grep execute. That looks like the C option, but we're looking for, let's see if we can find it. Start vim in executable mode, just like the executable was called. So that means we can pretty much run all the commands there, but we already have access to bandit 26. The only problem is the shell. But let's see if this actually works. So let's see if we can actually use this to run commands. So I will say more bandit 26.ssh key. We then say v to use vim or vi. We then say e, because we're using the colon here, so we say e, and we're already working within vim, so we say e id, hit enter. That opens a new. All right, so I think I know what I'm doing wrong here. So if I say v and then e, well, if we can open a file, let's try and display etc bandit pass. Let's try and display the password for this current level, which I believe is level 25. Bandit. Okay, so I think we can actually open the file. So bandit, sorry, not 15, 25. Hit enter, and okay, so it opens up and we're allowed to access that file. So perhaps we can also access the password for bandit 26. Now the only problem, or I think I know why the I think I know why the session exits when we use SSH here. So before we do, I don't want to use bash. I do not want to use bash here. I instead want to use the lowercase t, and that's because I want to disable. So if we just hit run and hit enter, the only thing it displays, and let's display, and then let's actually see the size of this file. So bandit 26, this text.txt file. So we can see that this file is about 258 bytes. All right, so that's extremely small. I'm not really sure what's in the file. The only thing it displays is this banner. So let's try and change this to so that we don't get any of the other garbage. All right, so this is interesting. So the only thing it displays is this ASCII text, which is very little, and that possibly explains why I've not been able to actually display it properly with more, and I think that's the secret. So let me try and reduce this to the point where it's only half visible, somewhere like there, and let's try this one more time. So yes, all right, so there we are. I think we can actually try, so we'll say V to enter VI, and E, and let's display the password here, bandit, bandit pass, bandit, and it works. Fantastic. So bandit 26, hit enter, and we get the password for bandit level 26. All right, so what I'm going to do is let me just copy this, and do I have gedit open here anyway? No. Let me just open up gedit. Let's put this in here. So that's the password for bandit 26. But we still need to get access to this here. We still need to get access. So now that we have the password, let me just quit. If I hit enter, it still takes us to more because that's the default shell, and we're not displaying everything right now. It looks like it still maintains that. So if I use if I try and bring up Vim here, all right, so it looks like we can still execute scripts here. So what I can try and do is, let me open up a new shell here. Just open up bash. All right, so man vi grep variables. How do I set variables so we can change the shell? Variables. The following environment variables affect environment variables. All right, so it looks like there is a page, man vi. Let's hit enter. Let's see if we can find anything here in regards to how to set variables from directly within Vim or vi. Let's see if we can specify a shell. The top level shell, terminal, anything to do with terminal. Nothing there. Top level shell stop set. How do we set variables? Because if we try and set a variable here directly, we say E, but again this will open a file. But if we wanted to set the shell variable, so you say set, and then we say shell is equal to let's try and get bash here. So I hit enter. Only one file name. Oh yeah, that's because we're opening a file name. My bad. So let's quit, and then so it looks like once we sort of get into the more command, we can start using Vim directly. So man vi, I think I need to find this other option. I know this video has been going on These commands right over here are done when launching VI with, you know, working within it is a different matter altogether. Let me just see if I can find the options, because there must be a way of interacting with shells here, because if I wanted to, or we can try and execute it directly, but let's see if I can find something here. No. Let's see. Man vi rep set. It looks like read only the vedit command. Nothing interesting here. Set at the beginning of the line, shifts. But what is the default editor? Looks like it's VI. Shell, sorry, rep shell, the top level shell. No. Oh yeah, we can execute a command with that. My apologies, guys. So let's say bash, enter command, quit, enter, quit. All right, so that, yeah, I think we'll need to do that. We need to set the environment variable here. So sorry about that. Let me just open this up one more time. Let's get into this right now, and we say but we can say set the shell environment variable to bin bash. Looks like we'll have to set it within that and then exit. So let me just drag this one more time right up here. I do apologize, this video is taking quite a bit, but I'll get through this. So we now say let's try and find what we're looking for. If this variable shell, the program, hold on a minute. I think I just read something very interesting there. Let's see if I can find it here. So if that allows us to execute a command, then I think we can directly set the variable through here. So if we said set fish is equal to bin bash and hit enter. Not fish, what am I doing? Shell. Oh my god, man, my apologies, guys. So what I'll do is I say set shell is equal to bin bash and hit enter. That will set the default variable there. If I say shell, and we get a shell. All right, so yeah, that was extremely confusing. My apologies, guys. I haven't worked with Vim that way before, but hey, this is a learning experience. So moving on to Bandit level 26 here. So Bandit level 26 to 27, the level objective or the level goal is the following. So good job getting a shell. Now hurry, you bet. Now hurry up and grab the password for Bandit 27. We already got the password. By the way, can we actually change the shell for this right now? All right, so the password for Bandit level 26, let me just, I think we had copied it and we got it right over here. All right, so it looks like we aren't able to run specific commands, but in any case, I remember seeing the Bandit 27 do setuid binary. So let's try and execute it right now. So Bandit 27 do, and we hit enter, run a command as another user. All right, so this allows us to run any command as the user 27. So we did this in the previous levels, I believe. So let's just display the password for Bandit level 27. Cat etc bandit pass bandit level 27, and we'll hit enter and we get the password. So that was really simple, but let's see if they've got any more surprises for us. And I'll quit and we exit one more time, and we are now using bandit level 27. All right, so hopefully this works without any issue, and there we go. All right, so nothing complex there. Let's move on to level 27. And level 27 looks like it's now dealing with Git. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the video here because I want to separate these levels based on what they entail, and the next levels look like they're dealing with Git or something like that. So I'm just going to end this video here. Let me know if you guys have any questions, suggestions, and you'd like to point anything out that I might have missed, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.